Welcome to the Kickstart Your Edge Play to Win Leadership Podcast,
where we've flipped the script with our groundbreaking modus operandi to bring you real, relevant, and relatable tactics and techniques to master your own play to win mindset.
Talk about a superpower. It's time to iron your cape.
What we know for sure is what got you here won't get you there.
You can't see the spinach in your own teeth.
And finally, hang on, because this one is really deep. Once you realize that you are the traffic, everything makes complete and unadulterated sense.
Welcome to The Edge, where playing not to lose is not an option. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Oh, God.
And I only say that because so often people focus on what they don't want versus what they do want.
I don't want to get stuck in traffic.
Right. I don't want to be late. I don't want to go to this meeting.
What meeting?
No, I'm making up examples.
I know.
So it's interesting because what we really want to talk about with the play to win leadership is about results-based leadership. And a play to win mindset is the process of really, I would say, learning how to design your life from the future as opposed to the past. Right? It's about leading yourself, leading others, leading the business. And it's about how do you focus on the results that you do want in order to match up the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions to get that result.
Yeah, so when you're not thinking the way you just described, then it's almost like your results are coming from really needing to grind it out versus being in a place of having your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions match up in a way that's going to give you the results that you want versus what you're afraid might happen.
Exactly. So if we got more intentional about what are the results we want to create, right? So if your result is, I want to have engaging, interactive, solution-focused meetings, that's a better place to start than our meetings drain me.
Right. They suck. I don't
right?
want to go.
We have too many meetings. I'm not getting anything done. So if we said, what is the result that you want to create? What would it sound like? It could be about working with your teammates. It could be about accomplishing a goal. It could be about the meetings that you attend. It could be about the way you come up with solutions. It could also be about areas of your life that you're looking to have more results-based living. That's something that's been a change for me is I focus on what is the result I want, what are the actions I need to be committed to in order to get that results, what are the feelings that will generate the fuel for those actions, and then what do I need to believe in order to generate that feelings. It's a reverse TFAR.
Yeah, it totally is. And one of the things, Jen, that you just said about the actions made me think about what are the things that you need to stop doing.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times people forget that piece and they focus on, all right, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. When it actually could be, okay, I need to stop dicking around on Facebook.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the important things when you're looking about actions, it's about what are you doing and what are you not doing? And what do you need to start doing? And what do you need to stop doing? And that could be a physical action of logging onto the computer. And it can also be a mental action of replaying a scenario again and again and again in my mind. And it's really interesting because results-based leadership requires you to train your mind so that you know what you're doing from a cognitive perspective, an emotional perspective, and behavioral perspective.
Yeah, so everything's just, it's interesting because everything's just really intentional.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Until it's not.
What are you thinking?
Well, but then do you get in a rut?
Yeah, I think that the moment that you stop being intentional with what you're trying to create, you have to ask yourself why.
No, but like this is a little bit of a weird twist right now that I'm thinking about because so often, like years and years and years now, I will say to myself, all right, how do I want to play this? Like, okay, what are the thoughts that are going on in my head? But does that cause its own rut?
I don't know.
I know, right? A little mind twist there.
What do you think?
I think no.
Yeah, because the answers can vary every single time. If it's always, I'm going to play this X, Y, and Z, and that X, Y, and Z is always the same, yeah, that could be the rut. But how do I want to play this is, what's the outcome I'm looking for? What's the result that I want? I mean, if we're sort of tying it all in.
Yeah.
What's the result that I want? And then what's the best way to be able to get there? And it's giving you that moment so that you're not reacting.
Yeah.
But you're creating.
Yep.
And how it is that you want to respond.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that was... So it's funny because we talked last time or the time before that about meditation. I think for me, meditation was the gateway to allowing me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the one thing that I can say allowed me to watch my thoughts, not get sucked in by my thoughts, and just observe my thoughts for what they were, which is like, oh, okay, that's just the thought.
Yeah.
And then let it go. So what if it's a thought? Like, it doesn't mean I have to believe the thought. It just means that I had the thought. It's not like, okay, great, I'm attached to this thought. So like it just floats in and then let it float right back out. And I make the decision then as to what are the thoughts that I'm going to believe. And I make the decision about what are the thoughts that I want to keep thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've said a boatload of times that, you know, you're technically not responsible for the first thought that pops in, but you are responsible for the next one.
Yeah.
And what it is that you actually do with that thought.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because if you think about every single feeling, action, and result you create in your life is because of a thought that you have.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. And it's interesting at Kickstart Your Edge. What we do is we go in and we work with teams and we take a results-based approach. What are the results this team is looking to have? And then what does this team need to do, feel, and think in order to come together to be able to execute on it? Because we have found the power is not even just what's the thought I need to have, but what's the result that we want to create? And then how do we get super intentional of coming up with the game plan to create that result no matter what?
You know, Jen, and I think that 2023 and this play to win mindset that, you know, the more we talk about it, the more people are intrigued by it. And then they want to kind of test the waters. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the more people that get it, the more people get it. And then they're able to actually say, oh my gosh, I really get this. So they're making the game-changing thoughts that change the game, that give them the results that it is that they're looking for. So it helps them really, truly go to a place of, hey, we're playing to win. Like, we're not even thinking about playing not to lose anymore because we play to win. So it's that intentional we play to win.
I love it. It's been fun to see teams change, to adopt it, to try it, to experiment with it, because the mindset determines the life and the career that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun stuff,
It
right?
is.
All right, that's a wrap, Care.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Kickstart Your Edge Play to Win Leadership Podcast.
Craving more? Of course you are.
Check out our website at kickstartyouredge.com,
where we fire you up, fan the flames of your competitive edge culture, and ignite your tenacious pursuit of an all-out play-to-win mindset.